Here we go, another tier list. This one is primary and secondary. Let's see which ones I basically do without getting it wrong and misclicking on basically other sections. Alright, first up,
number 1,
we have the Super Shorty. We want to get into this right away. So, back then, Super Shorty was shit because literally, it's not great. It was terrible damage, terrible range, and everything. But now, it's pretty good. I've used it, it's actually pretty decent. I'm not saying it's like top tier good, but it's gotta be A tier as like a pretty good secondary, not gonna lie. Python, I believe, is also a very good secondary. In my opinion, it is super good for headshots, and even if you don't have any Robux or diamonds, it's still a awesome secondary. I'm pretty sure the only one you should go for if you don't have any Robux or diamonds and you are a coin user. Galil, okay. So this weapon is very good. It's one of my favorite weapons. However, it only has 3 refills. That's the main problem I find with it. So on certain game modes such as Escalation and Arena, it is not good whatsoever because you're gonna burn through ammo fast, and with the limited amount of refills such as 3, you're gonna find yourself literally at the final wave with no ammo, or maybe even like on Arena on the second wave with no ammo. So I would say this is great, but not like, what's it called, A tier. So once we have more weapons, I'll probably put it like in the mid tier right here. But for now, I'll just put it there. Kimber, so I tested all the pistols. They seem pretty much kind of the same, but I'll just put them at C tier because, I mean, they're kind of the same. Not really too much difference there. Crossbow, okay. I did use the crossbow in the 15 games I played with the crossbow, and it was a very good weapon. I don't know why too many people are saying this weapon is just shit compared to the bolt action sniper or whatever it is, but for me it feels like a pretty substantially awesome weapon. I wouldn't say it's a weapon you would go for all the time, but still it's a weapon that's so good with damage that literally it just feels good. Plus back in the days it was so good. I'm pretty sure in today's day and age it's still pretty good, but seeing how there's so many strong infected and how most every single person is an experienced player, I think I'm gonna put it at great, or probably at the lowest part in A tier. I'll just put it in the bottom of A tier when what's it called? When I get a lot more stuff. Flamethrower, okay, I'm not too sure if people would like it too much if I put this on S tier, because this is substantially a very, very strong weapon, especially against the Banshee and Juggernaut, but I'm not too sure if I should put it on A tier. Because, I mean, there are a few things you could do against this, which is obviously just stay away from close combat. But most of the time, obviously, if you want to deal damage to a survivor, you have to actually hit them and whatever. But I'm not too sure if I should put it S tier or A tier. I think I'm going to put it at A tier. Like, at the very top of A tier. Sawed Off, I did use it. It's still a very good shotgun. It's not the best you would go for, but I would put it higher than the crossbow, mainly because, I mean, there's a lot more ammo times you can go for, refills. You have substantially 2 modes with the sawed-off shotgun and a bunch of other reasons why I don't want to get into. RPG. This is an easy S tier, best secondary in the entire game. For some reason they tried to make it a primary like 2 to 3 times, and every single time it always flopped. I don't blame them too much, but still I'll just keep it as a secondary. It's still OP. Tommy gun, okay, I still think it's an S tier type of weapon. So much ammo, so many refills, and you probably think I'm biased, which I probably am, I'm not too sure, but it is still a very good primary, one of the best in the entire game. AR-15, I did use it, and it seems substantially pretty good, especially with its accuracy, ammunition. It's actually a pretty good weapon. Now, compared to all of these, I wouldn't say it's somewhere here. I would probably say it's like right here-ish. Okay, let me see. Super Shorty. Okay, yeah. I'm probably gonna have to put it like right here. That might cause some outrage or something like that. Galil, yeah, okay. I'll just keep that let down until I basically change my mind or not. And we're doing all primaries and secondaries, if you guys don't know. Anyway, Mini M14. I did use it. It's a pretty good weapon. I'm gonna put it at the top of B tier because I know there's a lot of people who love this weapon, who love aiming headshots and stuff, and it is a very good headshot type of weapon, just not necessarily one you would go for since you have the other sniper and also the crossbow to go for. So we're gonna be putting it at B tier. A pistol, it's pretty much the same. I'm pretty sure it has a little bit more damage or more damage. I can't remember, but they're pretty much the same. Vector, it is a pretty good what's it called? Primary. Not the very best, but a pretty decently good. Now, with its fire rate and with its first mode and second mode, it's actually pretty good. It does burn through ammo quite fast, so I'm gonna put it at BT. Actually, like right here. Yeah, sure, why not? M870, this is a very reliable shotgun. If you don't have the Spaz or the M1014, this is still a very good shotgun. So I'm going to be putting it at B tier since literally it does what it's supposed to do. And literally you can basically do so much damage with this shotgun. USP-40, it's pretty much the same of these pistols, so I'm just going to put it there. Spaz, a very fucking good shotgun. It's basically kind of the same to this to the M1014. I'm starting to use it again, and I do see why it's so good still compared to the M1014. So they're kind of at a rivalry right now. So in this scale, I think I'm gonna have to put it around here, and then I'll put the M1014 like next to it somewhere right there. Tech 9, a very reliable secondary. I'm gonna be putting it at right here because it is a very reliable one. Uzi, it's a pretty good primary, not necessarily one you would go for, but it is a reliable one. AK-47, a very reliable assault rifle. Compared to all of these, I would probably put it right here. Or maybe this one should be right here. I think that's a little bit better. AK-47, okay, yeah, I think that's alright. Gauss gun, okay, I love this gun. Not like my favorite, obviously my Tommy gun's my favorite, but this gun is just so much fun to use. It's awesome, but it has a lot of downsides, such as the fact that you're slow as fuck, you have to really be precise on your aiming, and it does burn through ammo quite decently fast, and obviously it's slow. So it's not necessarily a weapon that's immensely powerful, but it is a weapon that can do its job. So I'm gonna be putting it right here, even though, you know, there is some. Actually, let's put it at B tier. Let's put it around right here. It does get its job done. It's just the fact that there are a few problems with it. Alright, sniper. This is a very good sniper. Now, I did use partially of it, but I suck at sniping with this. I don't know why. And you do have to practice a ton, and you can get a shitload of headshots. So, I do think it deserves to be on A tier. So, compared to all of these, I would probably, or the crossbow and this sniper, I would probably say, for me specifically, a crossbow is obviously better than it, but obviously sniper people like to use this weapon. So I think I'll put it right here.
Oh my god!
Very close, but realistically this one's a little bit more easier, does a shitload more damage, and I do find the crossbow to be a tiny bit better, which is still good for A tier. Minigun, okay, this is like very reliable and very iconic weapon since it does so much damage and stuff, but it's not necessarily the greatest when literally you're getting murdered by a ton of infected everywhere, but it does literally shred infected's HP like crazy fast. I would probably put it, oh shit. I would probably put it like at around, here. Not the best, but it can do a lot. M93 Ravnica, okay, this is a pretty good secondary. Probably put it, compared to the Tech 9, I'd probably put it just right there. Pretty substantially great. M1014, okay, just like what I stated, as next to Spaz. I'm just gonna put it over Spaz because I know for a fact a lot of people do like this weapon and it is very powerful. I'm pretty sure it's a little bit stronger than the Spaz like I covered in that rivalry between the M1014 and Spaz, so I'm just gonna leave it there. Laser pistol. Let's see. I wouldn't say it's stronger than these, but it is a pretty good, what's it called? Secondary. It's not the best, but it can get its job done. Okay, now the Sterling. This is by far one of the best weapons currently in the game. Now, compared to all of these, I would probably put it around here, since it can generally shred infected HP and everything else. I mean, actually, technically, compared to these, this is actually very strong. I'd probably put this like right here. This is gonna cause some outrage because everyone has their own opinions, but realistically, M1014 is a pretty strong primary. This is good, but I would say this one's actually a little bit stronger than the Tommy gun, and then RPG is never going to be beaten. Never. But that's all, and yeah, I'll see you guys all about 42 years, and have a great game.